What's up, guys? This is Chandler from All Roads River, and we are on the road today. And I think we're going to call this All Roads River on the Road. Something like that. Something funny like that. Anyway, today we're doing a little special episode. We're going to take a trip out to Appomattox to visit the battlegrounds, the site of the war, site of the battle where the Civil War ended. Because today, Wednesday, April 9th, 2025, marks 160 years from April 9th, 1865, when the Civil War was ended, when Robert E. Lee surrendered to Ulysses S. Grant at Appomattox Courthouse, and it's only 30 minutes away from the university's campus. So we're going to check that out today, learn a lot about the battlefield, a lot about the time period, and just a little short mini episode, fun episode, bottle episode for you guys today. So stay tuned and enjoy. This is the view as you approach Appomattox. It's walking up a gravel road towards the main center of the courthouse area. Back in Civil War times, this area has been reconstructed to look like it had been, with the McLean House and other houses preserved and moved back to the original location. This building to the right here is the courthouse. It's a visitor center now, and if you go inside the visitor center, there's a museum where you can view things such as the facsimile of the surrender agreement signed by Grant and Lee, an old Virginia flag that scholars believe might have been one of the originals found by Custer during the war, paintings of the event of the surrender, of the signing in the McLean House, and also the table where the surrender was signed. Moving outside, if you go down to the right side of the visitor center, keep going on that road, you'll find a spot called the Kelly House. And the Kelly House is where a family lived during the Civil War. It's later bought by John Robinson, who was a slave at the time during the Civil War. He owned the property after he could own property, when that was allowed to him by the 13th Amendment and by the end of slavery, by the Emancipation Proclamation. This is what the inside of the house looks like, made up to look like a typical Civil War American home during the time period, and what John Robinson would have seen too. Keep going, and you'll find the spot where the last shot of the Army of Northern Virginia was fired during the Civil War. This is the last official shot of the Civil War. There'll be other battles after this, skirmishes with Confederate troops left over in the South, but this was the last major battle of the Civil War, and this is the spot where the last shot was fired, here in Appomattox, Virginia. It's a beautiful scenic place, and it was fired on the morning of April 9th, 1865. Wow. Keep going down to the left past the visitor center, and you'll find the McLean House. Now, the McLean family lived in Manassas, Virginia, northern Virginia, until the Battle of Manassas happened, when they decided to move to Appomattox County so they could escape the war, and it ended up following them to their porch. This is the house where Lee and Grant would sign the surrender terms. Going inside to the left, you'll find the parlor. On the left chair is where Lee would have sat, the right chair where Grant would have sat, and this is where it happened. This is, to quote Hamilton, the room where it happened. And here's a painting you can see of the event happening. Some other images from the McLean House. Here's a downstairs family room. And then next to it, we've got a little dining room that they had in their house. It's a beautiful home. It was moved at one time, but it got moved back to Appomattox, I believe. And this is the yard across from it. You can see a tree where a grave is standing. This is the spot where on the next day, in the morning of April 10th, Grant and Lee would meet again to surrender the rifles of the Army of the Confederacy. The soldiers marched up the stage road like this. This is not the stage road, but this is kind of what it looked like, and laid down their arms and formally surrendered, ending the Civil War. So with Appomattox, guys, please take your time to go visit. It's a great little spot, one of my favorites in Virginia.